The work is not comprehensible to the intellect except through, I would say, advances in quantum mechanics, which we'll review, the Heisenberg principle, and the principles of quantum mechanics. So we can outline a scientific understanding of it, but that's really beside the point. The point is that consciousness, an intrinsic quality of consciousness, is that it instantly knows the difference between truth and falsehood. Now, when we calibrate things, what we're consulting is an infinite field with no beginning, no end, no dimension, outside of time. Therefore, when we ask a question, we're asking it outside of time and location. In the infinite everythingness of the radiance of divinity as it shone forth as consciousness, it was consciousness that illuminated and brought forth life. In that which is infinite, there is no middle. In that which is infinite, there is no beginning. In the infinite, there is no end. Therefore, there is no sequence. There is no then or now. There is no future or past. There is no here or there. Consequently, everything that is right here, this instant, in the foreverness of the reality of the present. Consequently, whether I ask about Cleopatra or I ask about Mrs. Clinton, it's all the same. It's all the same. There is no difference in time between the two of them. All time is now. Everywhere is here. Consequently, right here and now, I have access to all that ever has been. Wow. Wrap around that one. Completely understandable from quantum mechanics, which we'll get to later in the references, which is now out in a book, a very expensive book, but nevertheless in a book. The quantum mechanics. So what we're going to do when we calibrate something, then, it's really based on the quantum Heisenberg principle, going from the potential of the Schrödinger equations to the actuality by collapsing the wave function. And what collapses the wave function is that a thing has reality. If I pose a question to her arm and ask her to resist that has no reality, then because I have supplied nothing, nothing happens. If I make a statement that has a concordant reality, it then has the power to collapse the wave function from potentiality to actuality, from the wave, which is really a mathematical, it's really mathematical in nature, to the actuality. So the bridge between traditional science and logic and reason and our work is really via the Heisenberg principle, where you bring potentiality into actuality by posing to consciousness the infinite field, whether a thing is or is not. So in the response that we use, it's not a yes or a no. It's a yes or a not yes.